We're at the home of the Super Bowl 52 champions, Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Philadelphia Eagles. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
On 2nd and 11 now. Burrow. Open man downfield is Chase. He's got it. Touchdown Bengals. Jamar Chase, 61 yards. And the Bengals need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Another run with Sanders. After a gain of 5, they'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on 3rd down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
4th down now after a loss of 2. An ideal start defensively. They already have the touchdown. Now they get the stop.
Just like they drew it up on the chalkboard. Does that sound dated? Right? Am I out of touch a little bit?
It's all right.
All right, grease board, heck, computer, exactly what you want, though. Score on your first drive, stop them on the first drive defensively.
A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. The play fake. Here's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Ask any pass rusher, and they'll tell you any quarterback who lines up every time and goes straight back in the pocket, that's who they want. But when they have to deal with a Jalen Hurts who may come at them from any angle and can get outside of the pocket and run, that's a nightmare for anybody who has to rush the quarterback. And I love Jalen Hurts' athletic ability. Almost a 4.6 runner. This guy can get outside the pocket and make plays with his legs as well as his arm.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Looking to throw on second down. Burrow. That is knocked away and incomplete, but a penalty flag. In the backfield, this might be a roughing call.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. From the gun to give to Mixon. It'll wind up being a huge loss on the play, and that'll bring up a third down and very long.
Well, a tough spot here as they approach the line of scrimmage. A long way to go to try to pick up this first down.
Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. 20. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bengals are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And that'll make the score 14-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, And a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball all over the place. It's way too early for that. Stick to what works for you.
Down double digits, and we talked about their game plan being both running and passing there. You're right. They're sticking to the game plan, getting the ground game going.
A lot of football left to be played.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go again with Sanders. And some room to maneuver. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. 65 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. I got one. I got one. I got one.
Sanders is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Sanders. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked them back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available. And they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
They'll try to run with Sanders. It looks like he's going to be stopped short of the first down by about a yard. This defense bending but not breaking. It's a gain of 3. It's now 4th and goal. Defense keeps him out of the end zone there. Now, will they go for it? And if so, can they do it one more time?
Yeah, I just don't know if it's worth it going for it because what we've seen from the defense so far, every gap is taken care of. Everyone is sound in their coverage. No one is breaking free. And those ball carriers are getting tagged.
And he's in. Touchdown, the Eagles. Miles Sanders taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Well, I mean, down early here in this first half. I think they felt their backs were against the wall already, so they go for it on 4th and goal. They're able to punch it into the end zone.
And they did a nice job there, feeling like their backs were against the wall, but going ahead and hunkering down and pushing forward and getting that score. That continues to give them an opportunity.
Taken from about the 12. And it takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3. Because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense. That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass down.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start, what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Once again with Sanders. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Brown, the lone receiver, left. They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. Steps away. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Eagles have cut the lead back down to 2.
The defense was almost too good on that play. They took away all of his targets. The one thing they forgot, to account for him as a runner. And he was able to tuck it and go for the end zone and get it done.
The call from Nick Sirianni. Let's go for 2 here, he says. Hurts will throw. Out to his left. And he'll get into the end zone, and those 2 points are going to tie the game. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bengals drive about to get going. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Now they've got it 1st and 10. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
On 2nd and 9. Burrow. Now Burrow loses the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. So they take over not only in enemy territory, but in the red zone at the 16-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
But that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working. But how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
And this offense on 3rd down today, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. This is caught. Touchdown! Jalen Hurts finding A.J. Brown, and the Eagles have taken the lead. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Elliott now to add the extra point. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. After the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Here we go. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Again, it's Mixon. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Hassan Reddick coming through with a stop there and a tackle for loss to boot.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. And they go play action now. Burrow rolling to his right. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Though certainly in a pickle here. They have a mile to go to try to pick up the first. We'll see what they've drawn up. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. 4th down, out comes the punter, Drew Chrisman. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. On the move to his left. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. A little juke. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll stay on the ground, Mixon again. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Here we go. So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. On 3rd down, Mixon. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the 4th quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's 1 interception, we're still in the first half, I'm going to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense.
Play action. Here's Hurts. He'll buy some time right. Hurts fumbles it. But I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was. And Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down. Up the middle they go with Sanders. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action with Hurts. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. But first down, Hurts. Rolling to his left. This is Smith with a grab. Touchdown, Eagles. Devontae Smith, 28 yards. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that pushes the lead up to 11. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bengals drive about to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. On play action, they'll throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. They'll roll him out right. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Hurts. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Bengals drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Back to Mixon on 2nd down. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Now it's Burrow. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Second down, back to Sanders. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. 85 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, third and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, Olds. And Hurts is intercepted, his third of the game. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to get it back here just past the 35. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Now Burrow on first down. Eluding the pressure right. Now Burrow loses the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half. And down 3 scores, a lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. You can't block me. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Running right, here's Sanders. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Steps away. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can't he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. On third down, they turn to Sanders. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. It's a gain of 4 that time. And the Eagles are going to have a first down. Here's Sanders. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Still 9 remaining on second down. Throwing is Hurts. Open man is Goedert, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And out of bounds right around the 20. Hurts dangerous when he runs that football. He's got a first.
60 Vikings, 60 Vikings. Championship, baby. Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. 60 Vikings, 60 Vikings.
They'll run with Sanders. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 97 yards on the ground now for Sanders. He's got a first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Watch your slack. Watch your slack. Watch your slack.
They'll run with Sanders. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's second and goal. They'll go again with Sanders. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders with his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Elliott good with a PAT, and they open the lead up now to 25. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken from about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Being chased out left, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. So that'll leave Burrow and the Bengals with a 3rd and long after that sack we just saw.
11. 57 the mic. 57 the mic. Let's go. 36. 11.
He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield, because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Pulled in at the 24. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They're continuing to rock and roll, and at intermission, maybe sometimes you fear after such a good first half of a letdown, but that wasn't the case.
And what I remember most about being in those situations is exactly what you're talking about. You almost have that sense of satisfaction. You're like, we're doing really well. I remember one time someone saying, winning's fun, but so is playing really well. Why would we want to do otherwise? That was the message, to keep the intensity up, to keep things going, and that's exactly what we're seeing here from this team.
Yeah, it's helped them extend their lead. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Hurts out to his left. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
It's starting to fall into the category of not fair, because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, Almost impossible.
Well, yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
19 target, 19 target. Let's see what you got.
Here's Hurts to throw. On the move to his left. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Von Bell. And the Bengals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around the defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
11 mighty. 11 mighty.
On 2nd and 10. Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Darius Slay with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
It's been a fun game for him so far, but I think he tried to do just a little too much that time. Give the defense a rare win on that snap.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Rolling to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. So after that sack, Hurts and the Eagles, tough spot here. 3rd and long. Under pressure, they got him again. Trey Hendrickson, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Brett Kern now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. The Bengals drive about to get going. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Steps away. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Here we go. Can. It's hot. Shoot. Watch the twist.
Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bengals try it, but it doesn't work out. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down.
57. Mike, 57. All right.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Blitz coming, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up 2nd.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains. Another run here with Sanders. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. Going for it with Sanders. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. He's been tough for this defense to handle. Over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers. Let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Complete. Smith has it. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Out to his left. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, but that's just a minor blip here in what's been a thoroughly dominating performance. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. This is Mixon on the draw. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
12.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Burrow flush to his right. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is taken in at the 5. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Joe Mixon, 53 yards. And the Bengals are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much.
That one looks like he'll throw here. This is caught. It's Brown.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Back to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Jesse Bates.
And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football.
First down. Here's Burrow. He's going to fire one deep over the middle.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
On the move to his left. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.
I'm the best,